Um, I mean, like, you seem to have a good enough eye for things. You want to sketch out a little blueprint of my gun, see if it might be something y'all can upgrade yours to, with the chance. I mean, it it's lighter, so it'd probably be easier to teach someone how to shoot. And as you can see, it can hold multiple rounds, so you ain't gotta reload it all the time.
True. But
I'll be honest,
can you
I
club
haven't met a
people
few.
with it?
No, but that's what a club's for.
It's also what a gun is for. You feel how heavy that thing is?
Oh, trust me, I do. But hey, listen, I mean, this might just be for me. You got your own experience, so take from it what I can. But like, you meet something that can handle 6 bullets, and I'm not sure how good a club will do you.
As he kind of just looks at you and is like, there are a lot of things on Zanzibar that can live through 6 bullets. There's a lot of things around Zanzibar as he points in, well, the general direction. It's an island, so the general direction anywhere leads to the ocean.
Like, ocean is everywhere.
But he just points, and you get the context that he's pointed towards the ocean. Like, there are things around Zanzibar that take a hell of a lot more than 6 bullets. As you, of course, demonstrated and mentioned that, well, you encountered.
Yeah, that.
But most of those things taste real good.
I bet. I'm not gonna lie, I still think about that Tarrasque soup. Hydrask soup.
Hydro flask.
Did you actually say Tarrasque?
No, I said Hydrask.
Okay, good.
Okay, Samson said Hydrask. Me said Tarrasque.
Fair enough. I had to figure that out, whether or not they were going to stand there and look at you as like, the fuck's a Tarrasque?
Hell if I know.
Just like, there can't be more than one of those things. What do you mean?
There's too many asks.
I got 99 asks, but a Terra ain't one.
So
bad jokes aside, anyway.
I'll like after I've gotten my fill, I'll hand him the gun back,
and he'll hand you yours back.
I'll you know, pop the chamber back out, reload the bullets, put it back in, be like, well, so it's all guys, right?
Yeah, it's
like
three.
3 guys in like a caravan.
3 strapping young gentlemen.
Human. Just be like, well, gentlemen, thank you for your time, your wares, and your help.
Alright, you stay safe out there and make sure not to die.
You do the same.
As he kind of just smiles and pats his gun, I don't think no parabear's gonna want to eat this. Oh, are the owlbears at all awake right now?
I mean, I'd imagine they might wake up like after that
long conversation.
Yeah.
I imagine they're still kind of just like keeping Celeste and Print company.
Yeah.
So they all hop on the caravan, and all 3 of them look over and it's like, "Bye, Betsy. Bye, Dink." And the owlbears just go as they lay their heads down and kind of just continue resting.
Oh, that's right. It's gonna be feeding time soon.
Nim says bye. Have a safe trip.
As you watch the carriage away.
Well, that was helpful.
Just like Zanzibar, every time you learn something you don't.
What?
The final 2 words in that sentence that my mouth didn't produce were "want to know." That's 3.
No, it's 1 2 no.
Wanna know.
Wanna know. There we
Wanna
go.
know.
Thanks,
Hey,
Ray.
Muzzle top.
Muzzle top.
Also, fun gun fact time. The first revolvers actually were flintlock.
I don't
End
know
of
the
fun gun
difference.
fact time.
I will keep that in mind. I wish I knew that sooner.
Also, didn't the earlier guns also not shoot as far? So would Samson's gun actually fire the bullet better and farther?
Well, that
I mean,
would be
flint-
for regular guns.
Yeah.
If
I don't
they-
know enough about the specifics. I just
if
know
they
there was
are
a
in
civil
fact, if they
where they
are,
couldn't hit each other.
Yeah, if they are in fact more related to ancient Varisian guns than Samson would care to be comfortable with, then the truth of the matter is that those guns would be better than anything you have today, because it is in fact a lost art.
Yeah, like the closest my country has is like the footnotes.
And they make something that's good and world-renowned, but people like the antiques. If it's a Varisian antique, then you don't have a chance finding something better. At least at this point in time in history. So there you go,
But-
Samson always learning something that puts him on the edge of his seat. Last
Ammo
night was
wouldn't
death,
transfer.
and today is current weaponry
History.
in Zanzibar.
Ooh.
Welcome to high school, Samson.
Death and taxes.
Yeah, I can't wait until you learn about those Zanzibarian taxes.
Well, I mean, they
Oh,
did.
I thought taxes would just be a character.
Also,
They're
quick question: how much flower chain did Nim make? What do I roll?
They made a whole 50-foot road of flowers.
Roll me a sleight of hand.
Oh yeah, because that's gonna be great.
Listen, you know how many history, like, intelligence checks I've been rolling?
You make enough to fit Nim's tiny little head and nothing more.
Oh.
You have...
Nim makes one for each bun. That's what she does.
Okay.
That's way better. Furries, huh?
Did
How
you
is
just
it?
say furries?
That's what I heard.
Furries,
No.
huh? A furry.
I was like, yes.
So wait, they called the bullets Varys?
Varys.
Varys?
Yeah. V-A-R-U-S.
Varys?
No, it's pronounced Varys despite its spelling. Welcome to language.
Welcome to Zanzibar.
Welcome to
Nim
Zanzibar.
asked to see the map.
Zanzibar.
Yes.
Welcome to Zanzibar. So I'll ask you for it later. But like, Samson's just kind of pondering to himself about that. It's like,
Yeah, Nim walks over and asks to see the map.
Oh, yeah. Here you go.
You're all on the map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
But like, Samson will hand it to Nim because he's just like he's not thinking about the map.
He's more...
There are definitely more things on his mind right now.
The longer you stay in Zanzibar, the weirder things get.
So while Samson's having a ponder, I assume that Nim would have updated the map, and
Everyone
she'll like.
post your thinksins in chat.
So what Nim will do is she'll take the map that they made and the map that she made, and see how much the distance varies. Nerdy math stuff.
Yeah, it's close enough to be serviceable. It's not major.
Nim makes a
but
copy.
You notice that their map is a little wider and a little longer, and you don't know whether that's because the land is actually wider and longer, or if it's because it's wrong in one direction or the other direction.
Isn't the combination of too long and too wide just too big?
Yeah.
Well, you
If
don't
you
know
stretch
if
it in
it's,
both dimensions.
you don't know if it's too wide or if perhaps it's too short. You just know in comparison to her map, that it's a little longer and wider, but it could be
It's a little chubby.
It could be a little too long. It could be a little too short. It could be a little too wide. It could be. Nim's map could be way below what it actually is.
Nim could have drawn a completely different island.
The takeaway from this is that while you can compare them, you can see there's differences, but you don't know what is true, what isn't true, because it's a loose map. It's a map of roads and towns, and if you follow the roads and the shape of the roads, you'll end up in the towns. You try and cut across the roads or deviate from the path, you might not end up where you think you're going.
Or dead.
One of the two, yeah. Murder, 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 murder.
Murder.
Hooray! Murder!
Teehee.
So
I committed an oopsie.
Samson's doing a ponder, and this is very uncharacteristic for him. As far as the rest of you are aware.
Oh no, he's overthinking. You can see smoke coming out of his ears. What are you thinking about, Samson?
Yeah, Thinkson, what are you thinking about?
Huh, what?
What you thinking about?
What you doing?
A lot, actually. This place is definitely full of surprises.
Like what?
Well, took a look at their guns, and they took a look at mine, and despite being worlds apart, centuries apart, and cultures apart, those two little guns could have been cousins, if not brothers. And that's just a little weird to me.
Yeah, that sounds pretty weird.
Do I get an idea that Nim has an idea of what I'm talking about?
Nim has, like, a very loose understanding.
Okay, Nim, you know what a gun is.
Alright.
Yeah, it's that thingamadoodle on your waist. She doesn't actually say it. She goes, yeah, I've seen you shoot it as well. Several times.
All of my guns are from my home. Like, and
As
like,
you said.
and all of their guns are from here, in the land of Zanzibar.
And so geographically speaking, they should not have no relation, but yet they do.
Yes. And one thing that not a lot of people outside of Mauritius would know is that we didn't just come up with the idea to put gunpowder and metal together to make a gun. A lot of it actually came from like people diving into dungeons and ruins and looking up old sorts of basically things that old people used to do way, way, way back when.
That's neat.
And if
Is
they,
that how you got your guns?
I mean, I got mine from someone who learned how to do all that, and most likely they learned from someone who learned how to do all that, because these things are far from new. But,
And then you'll pass them down to your kid. I understand.
well, first off, no. And second off, more importantly,
Sam Granson.
grandson.
What was...
I'm even surprised I'm laughing at that. That should have been a really bad joke.
It was.
It was.
But it worked for some reason.
For
You got
her reason.
Sam's son, and then Sam Grandson.
I thought she said grandson. Grandson.
Yeah, Grandson.
Answer the question, Rebel.
What?
You were saying something. First
Oh,
off, no.
sorry.
And
First off, no. And second off, that would mean that in some way, and I really hope it's not the way that I'm thinking it is that Mr. Zanzibar here has gotten his hands on some original schematics of these guns.
That cart's gone. Like, we don't see it anymore, right?
It's of course you see it. It's not like they took off like a race car.
No, but like they're definitely out of earshot.
It's
Yeah.
distance.
Unless I were to
Oh shit! We're gonna start screaming.
also started firing my gun in the air.
So Moon goes, we can just, and she makes like a swiping motion.
Across her throat. Across what?
What swiping motion? Are you like paying for something on your card?
Hello, I think
Hi.
my Discord froze.
Yeah, you died.
Hello? Can you hear us?
Oh no, we never saw Shay again.
Earth to
My
Shay.
computer screen went black for a sec.
Are
Shay,
you
can
alive?
hear us?
Hello?
Hi.
There we go.
Hey.
Yeah.
Are
My
you alive?
computer screen went black.
Yeah, we heard.
We
We
know.
could hear. We could hear you the whole time.
Oh, that's weird.
Yes. So you made a swiping motion, but you never elaborated in what way you were swiping.
Across
you know,
your
like
throat, swiping a
because,
credit
you know, like a.
Huh?
Trying to think, because every alliteration I'm gonna make is not what I'm actually doing.
Yeah, like, are you swiping your card? Are you like trying to take something very quickly?
Yeah, because they know what
Are you
swiping your
swiper, no
card.
swiping?
Are you yeah? Are you swiper no swiping? Like, are you a window swiper?
Swiper, no swiping was what first came to mind. Like the stealing motion.
That
Yeah.
makes less sense.
I get
Wait,
it.
but the definition makes more sense.
I can't think of an example.
What was I going to look up?
Swiper, no swiping.
Oh, it was unrelated.
But like the motion that you make to grab a bag of money. If that helps.
Man, what the hell are you doing? Are you trying to like choke out a chicken?
I figured it out. She's implying stealing the blueprint from Zanzibar. Also, did my headset die? Hold on. Yes, it did. Hello? Hello? Why can't I hear jack shit? What is happening?
I won't be like you, son of a bitch.
There we go. She's making the motion to try and steal the blueprint from Zanzibar.
Yeah, and so Nim goes, I don't know what that means. What specifically are you talking about?
I don't want to get into it. I'm still recovering from last night.
Take your time. Take your time. Point is, why don't we just nick it?
It's not the fact that he has it that I'm worried about. It's the fact that he knows it.
Are they special? I've never fired a gun. I don't see the.
Please don't give
Relevant.
them again.
Well, they're not exactly common, as you can see from the fact that hell, even some twerp like Gerald might freak over about them. And
Gerald did freak out about them.
exactly, that's the point I'm making.
It's like an older brother talking to a little sister. That is exactly my point.
Huh. Like, if they're rare enough to get a huge nerd like Gerald who has less back than a jellyfish to start talking,
Why does
even
Simpson
when
know
I
what
robbed.
jellyfish is?
Yeah,
learned-
there's no.
I learned it while we were on a boat for 2 weeks.
Oh.
If it's rare enough to get a nerd like Gerald to grow enough spine to shake Prin and be like, "Oh my god!" and then we're causing him
Yes.
to snap back to reality and die,
There goes gravity.
then clearly there is some merit to this.
So yes, that is the point I'm making to Nim, is like, they're rare, and which is sort of what makes them special.
Nim nods.
So, the fact that they're not only the closest common thing to a regular gun in this... I don't even know what to call this island anymore. And
Maybe we can just ask. They said that he's nice enough.
and they just... And Zanzibar just handed them all that information?
Oh, I froze again. Unfortunate.
God, I can't get a sentence off without someone's rig
Do your
getting
thing.
blown up.
Maybe Samson's just talking about cursed information.
Apparently.
There we go. Alright.
Zanzibar's messing with the stream.
Yeah. There's gonna be so many wingdings.
Zanzibar needs to fuck off. This is my computer.
Nah, he's
Anyhow.
putting wingdings in there.
I
Someone
swear to
put
God.
wingdings in the source code!
Yeah.
Shay, can you open up TeamViewer? Can I get on your desktop? I need to add some documents.
No.
That'd be hilarious. But anywho, it's like... I'm thinking there's a lot more to this Zanzibar than even the history books know about. And
History
that's
is told by the winners.
Well,
Actually,
normally...
I think... So,
well,
Nim, you say that, but I'm gonna be honest, it seems like history is written by those who are left.
Oh my god! That's so much better than I was gonna say. I was gonna say, you know, you say that, but it almost seems like history's being written by the losers. And you just come in here with whoever the fuck's left. I love it.
Nim goes, fair enough.
I really hope we ain't getting in over our heads.
We were already in over our heads, but they paid us. Sorry, I'm the one stuttering, not Nim. They paid us, so not that it matters.
You know, I hate to say it, but that might be the wisest thing you've said this whole trip.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I assume this is back at like the little camp lodging with like just Nim and Samson talking and Yala's just there.
Yeah, I don't know where Hyala is. Jade, where's Hyala doing in all this?
What?
Ow, I hit my funny bone and it wasn't funny.
No, that's hilarious.
Coming down from the nip, obviously, I'm kidding.
Also,
She had all...
what a great response. What?
I mean, I just assumed this was around like the remnants of camp.
So yeah.
And on that, on another note, since we talked about it a bit, I can assure you I ain't handing none of these guns over to no kids.
So that means I can't look at them?
No. Not until you're older, and I'm sure you won't put a hole in something. Namely yourself.
Isn't that the whole point of a gun? Putting holes in things?
Well, yeah, but there's doing it responsibly, and then there's... Nim.
You've done it. You've threatened to shoot me 3 times. What's the difference if I do it or you do it?
The fact is that if I threaten to shoot something, I won't miss, number 1. Number 2, that's a threat to make sure you don't go worming through my head looking at things I don't want no one to know.
I keep telling you that's not how that works.
And I keep telling you I don't believe you.
You'd feel it.
You...
Why is that better?
Because it's a way of knowing. Like, it's not something you just, like, don't know is happening.
And you'd feel something else in return.
See, you just threatened to shoot me again.
Again, because I don't want you going through my head.
Why would I go through your head?
I don't know, why can you?
It was a really long Thursday night, and I had nothing better to do, so I snuck into the Forbidden Archives and touched a cursed book.
And is that what gave you brain powers? Is that what lets you turn into sheep?
No, that's just the the telepathic thing.
I don't see how that's much of a curse, but hey.
It's what
Not
makes her
every
so,
no
it's
curse
what
book
makes
doesn't
her
imply
so
that Nim.
it's what makes her so dependent on what other people think.
So the fact of touching a cursed book doesn't mean she got cursed. It's just this is what happened because she touched the book. Well, read the book, not just touching.
Well,
Touch with
reading a
your
cursed book, I think, would cause you to be cursed.
Or place a curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, one or the other. Anyhow.
Point is, that's not how that works.
Listen, I don't know how it works, and you best hope I don't find out how that works.
It's done by
Listen.
magic. Any spellcaster can do it if they wanted to.
That's not helping. That's only giving me more people to shoot.
Okay, quite honestly, Nim's like, I'm not seeing that as a problem. Nim just gives you a look like, and?
Listen, I'm not here to dabble in all of your fancy magic. Not that I could even afford it, but that's besides the case.
There's plenty of ways to get magic if you don't have magic.
Well, I ain't looking to buy whatever they're selling.
That's also fair.
The less receiving end I am, the less I'm on the receiving end of some bad magic, the better.
So no bad juju. Got it.
No bad juju. And Nim, again, I'm telling you, don't go through my head. I like you too much to want to shoot you.
I like you too! And I like you enough to not go through your head.
Ugh.
Jesus, Jade, you just despise all of the interactions. Ugh, compassion.
So Nim goes, the most I do is just talk to you.
Yeah, stop doing that too.
But some things
Just
can't
stop.
be said out loud.
Well, only in those cases. But if it's something that it can't be said out loud, then it probably has no business being spoken.
Technically it's not spoken, it's transmitted. But that's neither here nor there.
Quick side note, Shallow, what you up to?
I don't
Stop
know.
vibing.
Your head bothering you?
I'm mostly asleep.
Oof.
Wake up.
Well, it is early in the morning.
9
You said that and I actually had to check.
a.m. somewhere.
Well, that and I have blackout curtains. I never know what time of day it is.
Would you like to roll me a...
Open them.
Okay, so first
Because
of all,
she didn't know she had a button!
No, this one doesn't have a button.
Are you
Okay?
sure?
The thing is,
That's what you said about the
yes,
last
I'm
pair.
actually sure. Okay, I'd show you, but one, I tape this curtain to the wall so that way the sun never comes through, and two, it is covered in spider webs.
Ew.
Yeah, so that's why I really don't move it at all.
You live like this?
No, okay, so I left it. First, I was cleaning it, and then there was a time when I just forgot, and now there's spider webs on the corners, and I'm not touching them.
You live like
It's
this?
also like a tall window, so no thanks.
You live like this?
I probably described it poorly. Like, it's not covered, but the areas that I like move it at are where they are.
Alright, chat, let's hear it. Is that description terrifying?
Any better? No, it is not any better. I don't. It's too early in the day to describe it.
Yeah.
It's 9.
Hey,
I don't
Hyala,
see your
you wanna
point.
roll me you wanna roll me perception?
Sure, if you want to roll me perception.
I would love to roll you perception. But I need your permission for perception.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I can't just roll her character for her.
Yes, you can.
You could. It just make you a jerk.
Cool.
Oh, Yala.
So,
I-
so how's the Mistral doing since you can see everything?
So, as Samson and Nim are having their quickly developing brother-sister argument for the session, you kind of just see out in the distance, kind of what looks like a person, but their head is very...
It's taxes.
Their head is very much like wrapped in bandages and cloth. Like a mummy, just sitting there, crisscross applesauce in the grass, and you're looking in your general direction.
You want some soup? We got soup!
We got soup!
That's about it, actually.
But
Stupid.
yeah, no, you see that these two are arguing. You're free to do with this information what you wish.
Shut the fuck up, you guys, and look.
Y'all goes back to sleep.
She'll get up.
Jade?
Huh?
What?
Did you actually say something? Because all we heard is she'll get up.
Oh, yeah, she'll get up and go over.
Gonna just walk straight over?
Well, I mean, she's, approaching with caution.
The way she knows how.
Ready to grab a weapon at a moment's notice.
Oh, so you're not just walking across the grasslands to go say hi. You kind of
Yeah,
just
no.
like walking to the edge of camp.
Yeah, she just wants to get a closer look and see what she can see about this mummy dude.
Weirdo.
So, do you want to roll another? Is there anything you want to roll for this in particular?
Probably still just. Oh gosh, no.
Double that
Listen.
once again.
Charisma's her lowest stat. You kidding?
Roll
Despite
to
being
see
a
with her
giant
charisma.
cat, she's not intimidating. I guess. But yeah,
At least not the
perception or
same.
investigation, whichever just tells her more about this spooky individual.
What was the other thing you said?
Perception or
Investigation?
investigation.
Perception or investigation? I'll give you for the perception because you got a higher number with that. Famous last words.
No?
13. So riding off your previous noticing,
You got closer and could see less.
well, riding off that, you focus your eyes a little more to get that famous cat farsight going, and you kind of just see this individual, and you see their head shift as if they notice that you're looking at them, and they just start standing up, and they seem quite tall, and they just start turning around and just walking away. Like it's, oh, hey, I've been spotted. Well, that's enough of that.
So Hyala will call out, "Pardon."
Huh?
You calling out to
Well, for
them
us.
or
No,
to them?
to this spooky guy,
Oh.
Mr. Mummy.
Is it loud enough for us to hear?
No,
No.
it's Yala. We can't.
Yeah, you're right.
So, do you say it actually loud enough? Because they're a good distance away.
Well, she'll keep, a slight pursuit, hoping he'll notice as she's calling out,
Notice
and
me
then the
bandage,
combination
senpai.
of those things will get his attention. Or her, I guess.
Yeah.
Hyala doesn't know their gender yet.
Kiala don't judge.
Does Samson
Harshly.
and Nim decide to notice her and or decide to go after her?
I feel like it's more in character for us to just keep arguing.
Him doesn't know they're arguing.
Well, like it's not actually an argument. You know, some we're just two friends.
Hyala's
One's
like,
threatening
"Oh,
to
look."
shoot the other one.
An excuse to not be here.
Yeah, but so you're just gonna follow and try and get the attention of the tall individual?
Yes. Are they like tall by normal standards or even tall by like Hyala's standards?
About 7 foot, so tall by Hyala standards.
Cool.
So,
Are they Yala or Yala Plus?
Hyala or Hyala plus. So you keep going after them and you try and get their attention. And they kind of stop, and you're still a good number of feet away, but they kind of look over their shoulder. Head still looking like a bunch of Band-Aids in the breeze. Not like Band-Aid brand, but like cloth bandages. It's loosely wrapped. It's just mummy head.
These are definitely Rite Aid brands.
No, they're not adhesives.
Making a joke. I was saying they're off-brand because you said they aren't Band-Aid brand.
It's
I know.
it's John Bandage from My Hero School.
This is just
But
reminding
yeah, no,
me of that
you
Velcro
succeeded
song.
in pushing this individual to stop their movement.
Mm-hmm.
And they have acknowledged that you are, for better or worse, following after them.
So,
Whole new character.
she'll hold her hands up to show that she's not a threat and
Yeah.
You stole
ask
that from me.
permission to approach more.
The individual decides to just sit down again. Just like, what could it hurt?
So she will walk up to them, still leaving an arm and a half's length away, but kneel in front of them and inquire why they're here.
Why are you watching us, freak?
So she just
With
inquires.
a little more tact than Nim, apparently.
So
That
you
doesn't
just
seem
want to
difficult.
inquire why he's here, or why they're here? I mean, now that you're close enough, despite the old tattered robes and bandages, you're gonna guess that it's not a female under there.
Okay.
Do you sit down too, or you just keep standing above the tall?
No, she kneels. So, sitting on her knees.
And you just see this individual lift their hands, and they kind of just start sliding it under the bandages where their eyes would be, and they just make little, just casually, just boop,
Well,
little
I
holes
hope
to see, and then they just slide their finger across where their mouth is, and just go boop. And as the
Does not
individual,
sound
as the individual goes to meet your gaze, you just see two yellow eyes and fairly sharp teeth. And you just feel fear. No, you're scared. Unnaturally, you just don't feel comfortable anymore.
Oh, she's getting used to that being on here.
like with the Hydrask.
Yeah, the Hydrask and then death. Man, everyone's so unpleasant here.
But
I just
you
want to
don't-
go back to where it's cold all the time and the people running the school are trying to murder me.
but,
So only half different from here.
You don't exactly get an answer to your question, but you do get through the bandages just two almost glowing yellow eyes and a row of sharp, almost sharp, not hideous teeth, but neatly like knives in a mouth.
I wish Nim were there and she'd be like, "You want me to fix your robe? They're kind of tattered."
You want some wine?
Yeah, so this individual is just sitting there smiling at you through the bandages.
Smiling with their teeth.
Yeah, just a big old sharky grin.
My, what sharp teeth you have!
Which a cat would interpret as aggression.
Maybe, but it's a very human.
That's why
gesture.
she's scared.
Well, if that's the reasoning for why you're scared, by all means.
So she will, offer a bow of her head and then ask if this being can speak.
So, at that question, the smile just kind of fades into a thin grin, and you just see the being lift up its fingers, and it just, and with a single snap of the fingers, it's like they were never even there in the first place.
So they're just an asshole.
Or more like they didn't want to talk. But yeah,
Like an asshole.
Man, I can't believe we got someone who just doesn't want to talk.
Right?
Yeah, could you imagine? Any character that doesn't wish to speak is what an asshole.
Yeah, he only talks when he needs to. That's what sets her apart from the weirdo.
Well, nothing said
And
that
she
they...
can't snap her fingers and disappear.
No one said that, you know, they needed to talk at this point. But, fair enough, you know. With a single hand gesture, just boop. But you definitely still feel, like, uncomfy.
Can she, like, Arcana check the place he was sitting?
Go ahead. And by all means,
Is
allow
the
me.
seat still warm?
Is the seat still warm? I don't know if the seat was warm in the first place. He was only sitting there for like 30 seconds.
You don't know. How warm is the seat?
It's very booty warm. But, you know, you got a 14. So you do feel his presence, and you've felt this before.
Whoa.
It's Xantax.
Maybe. Maybe not.
So she'll call out. Could it be you're still there?
And,
Fight me face to face, you coward!
it's not like they're still there. It's just like a footprint.
I know, she just might as well check.
Better safe than sorry, yo.
Yeah,
Dudes
better
can
safe
just
than sorry.
disappear but not have gone somewhere else.
Yeah, that is true. Fair enough. Wanted
Be
to make
watching
sure
from
we
the
were on
trees.
same page.
Hmm.
Wanted to make sure we were on the same page, but yeah, no. You can't place it just through the Arcana check alone, but you've certainly kind of felt this feeling before. Or this magical signature.
Celeste, what are you doing here?
Celeste, you're supposed to still be sleeping! And so yeah, you wandered away from camp from the two arguing siblings and met a man.
Bandagey man.
The bandagey man.
I'm picturing a very specific
Return
character that there's no way he looks like that.
I am too, actually.
Who?
Hold on a sec. I don't remember what his name is.
My favorite manga has an antagonist who wears bandages. Not to the extent that this whatever it was does, but
Well, it was only
he definitely
wrapped
just like
around
has
his...
bandages flowing off of him.
Yeah, it was only wrapped around his head. The rest was robes and clothing.
Oh, I pictured way more bandages.
Nah, just the head.
We are the mummies.
Return the slab.
Also for my curse.
Return.
I pictured that.
Or suffer my curse. Return the shell.
Oh, nice.
Aw, but I want to keep the shell.
So Kiala probably walks back up to Nim saying, "Why don't you let me show you what it feels
Ronin
like?" So then
Kenshin!
you stop getting... Huh?
Ronin Kenshin, that's who he's from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what was his name? Wasn't it like Muramasa or something? No.
It's Shido. Shido. or
Yeah,
something.
Shido.
It says it in the name. No, Shishio Makoto. That's...
Yeah!
We don't talk about Ronin.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
Why not?
The author's a
Oh,
pedophile.
Reasons?
Let's talk about it afterwards.
Fair enough. I wanted to watch that, rewatch that, because I remember watching it when I was little, but I never got into it.
Because reasons similar to the end of last session.
Yeah, actually.
Lay
But like worse, because real.
Yeah.
I mean, if I
Anyway.
dropped every single thing like that, I'd never look at another Snatch game the same way again, so.
You shouldn't. Anyhow.
Also, is Yella done? Is she walking back?
I don't know, is Ciala
yeah.
done? Is she walking back?
So she heads back, but waits to see if they're still talking when she's
So Yella
like
walks up to them
approaching.
going, why don't you just let me show you what it feels like then, so then you'll know?
Because you might find out something I don't want you to find out.
I'm not gonna actually look at anything. You'd know.
Well then,
I'm
how
not
would I know the feeling of you reading my mind if you're not going to read my mind? And if you're offering to read my mind, I don't want you to, because I don't want you to read my mind.
All I
Kelly's
have
going to
look,
pull out her
here's-
sword and stick it between them.
Oh, this is a well-kept sword. What do you sharpen it with?
She just glares.
Like at the two of us.
Yes.
At the
Probably.
goblin.
If you two are quite done, don't you think it's getting a little concerning how long the others have been asleep?
Yeah. Let them sleep.
She'll glance over at the two unconscious / non-existent party members.
Which I in turn just assume means the camera.
Turns to camera.
Is Prin a camera now?
Do you want to go check up on Celeste and Bryn?
No.
Sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't.
I mean, I was going for making things end. But sure.
But
No.
sure.
She'll go and stick her foot in their sides.
So, Prin
Kick a
can.
corpse.
You kick Prin and he continues to act like a baby and just.
Goo goo gaga.
Not goo goo gaga, just like, no, I don't want to get up for school. No, 5 more minutes.
No, Mom, I don't want to go to Zanzibar.
I want to go to Zanzibar. I want to be a hero. A hero. No. No, don't make Samson my teacher. No. No, God.
Oh, so he dreams of Samson now. Okay.
All right,
Such a
Mr.
baby.
Merrymaker.
Always have been.
All right, Mr. Merrymaker. I'll practice my katas. What?
Has he always,
I'll
have he
react to
always
that.
talked like that? Because I'm about to shoot him.
But when you go to nudge Celeste, literally she doesn't move, which is starting to seem very uncharacteristic.
I'm imagining it's like those little things that you like. It's the teeter totters, but they don't fall down.
Weebles walk.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Gosh, that's something I've only ever seen in hotels.
Weebles wobble and they don't fall down. Weebles wobble and they don't fall down.
I actually have no clue what you guys are talking about.
Well,
You
Anyway.
don't need to.
I will say one thing. Hal is right. I'm done discussing this with you. You don't read my mind, and you keep it that way.
Then stop saying I will. I have no reason to.
I'm not saying you
Oh
will.
my gosh.
I'm making sure you don't.
Whatever, Samson.
Whatever, indeed. Anyway, Yala, I got something to ask you about.
Oh boy.
Actually, I don't think I want to know. I'm backing out of this one because I don't think my stomach can handle any more of what you got to tell me.
Maybe you should stop drinking.
Maybe you should stop drinking.
Why would I do that?
Because you ain't old enough for it.
Man, I wish there was a spell to make Nib stop talking.
There is. It's called a gun.
There actually is.
It's called silence.
Yeah, I don't have it though, so
Yeah.
it's not a full. I have zone of truth, so I can make everybody be absurdly honest.
Oh no!
I want y'all to just randomly cast it one day.
Yeah, it's like level 2, so it's not like the best use of the spell slot to just do it without needing it for some reason.
Whenever.
But
I mean,
so
you could have
she'll-
cast that on the king.
Yeah.
It would have been very obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
just like loudly start casting a spell in the middle of a whole bunch of guards right in front of the ruler of the free world.
Yeah, you no. So does Samson really not want to fucking get this shit resolved? Are we
Hold
really
on.
saving this for when the elf and the dragon are awake?
Yeah.
So Samson's gonna to look up to Nim and like, the reason why you should stop drinking is because you're not old enough. And then in like the same, like without missing a beat, like with the same cadence, just turn to Yala. And speaking of old enough,
Kiala tilts her head.
what in Zanzibar's name is wrong with you people?
With you people.
He said it. He said the you people.
Oh.
Funny, I thought Prin was the racist.
So it's one thing to be a racist. It's another thing to hear of a culture who does what he thinks they do. And
Her ears will kind of flatten when he says that. And she's just like, pardon?
Samson, what the fuck?
Nim,
That's sort of the look she has.
now, at the expense of sounding like someone, and then he'll just shift over to sleeping Prin.
I literally just imagined he struck a phoenix right pose and just pointed at Prin. Someone objection.
Just Prin. It's like, listen, I might not be one to have kids ever, but it very nearly tore my idea of who you are as a person. That you'd let them do that to your own child.
It's just, her face goes from like pissed off to confused, and she's like, what, racer?
Kiala has a child?
Is
Razor?
that what you,
Is that what you call
is
Razor?
that what you call it?
Well, I couldn't exactly be around.
To stop them?
What is there to stop?
Oh,
This is like a flame
he's
with
gonna
one.
put a hand over.
Okay, so she's
He's
like,
gonna put a hand over his mouth and just over
So-
his, like.
she's fed up. She steps forward, grabs him by the collar, and is just like, say precisely what you mean.
I don't know if my stomach can handle saying those words.
Does he throw up on Kiala?
Making love to a child.
Oh.
Just projectile vomits at the last syllable.
No, he says it and then Kiala throws up.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking.
No, I got
She
it.
just
I got
coughs
it.
up a fucking hairball.
I got it. So Samson's there by the collar, and he's too like sick to really like put up a resistance against it. It's just like, just can't fathom how you could possibly, like, leave your kid with those perverts that did the exact same thing to you when you were that age.
So, Hyala looks confused and goes, I don't even... Okay, how do I put this?
My hands are off. Y'all dug this hole.
Oh yeah, this.
I had no part in this. Y'all dug this hole yourselves. Now y'all dig yourself out.
Technically, you're the one who made Hyala high. That's what started
That's
this.
not my fault.
I mean, it is, but
No, I told you.
No. That
one of
was your
you-
fault.
No,
The
one
direct
of you-
consequences of it is all you.
No,
Player.
one of you brought up that.
Not you,
does-
DM.
Okay.
You player.
Yeah, no, I am putting this on the table. Somebody, either you or Eddie, said, "Does Hyala get high off of this? Is this like catnip?" And I was like, "Oh fuck me, I can't pass up that opportunity." Roll for
No.
it.
Now that's
You
not the
rolled
problem here.
poorly.
This is not the problem here. You are talking about things that are not the problem.
I am getting to that. You rolled poorly, got high, and then you chose to not have her realize the clarification. Don't put this culture of rape and incest on me. I have enough things that I am ethnically blamed for in life. I will not deal with the societal system of oppression in this fantasy world, even if it is my own creation. This is your can of worms, both figuratively and literally, that has been opened up. Also, Eddie's. Y'all figure this out.
That's what we're trying to do. Shut up, bitch.
Okay, so she'll just look at him for a quiet moment for a bit, and go, "Nothing bad happened to me at 1."
At 1? You said they were 12.
12 full moons.
What? Why are you using 2 different forms of math for this?
So Hyala's just going to, I assume the smushed edible arrangement is still somewhere nearby, so she'll just gesture to that as her response.
Nimas, what happened last night?
Tell me, what is it that you thought?
Honestly, I don't want to say it because I don't want you to drive any of those swords through me.
So
But
she'll...
hold on. Before anything, now that I got an idea of what you're talking about, I'm sorry. However, I'm not taking that as an excuse, and he points to the flower.
Clearly there seems to have been some kind of misunderstanding.
Yes, there most certainly was, and it didn't help that I was the only one of right mind to deal with it.
Well, that's
Sucks
why I
to-
decided to toss that other bouquet.
Good thing, too. Last thing I need is our little, last thing I need is another astronaut trying to explain to me this situation.
So,
Howard Simpson know what an astronaut is.
Shut the fuck up, DM.
You could have said astrologer.
That's
That
gonna
was
be a -1 to hell. Psychic damage.
This whole thing was enough psychic damage as it is. Leave the man alone.
Nah, you're taking another one.
DM.
Oh yeah, metagaming. You talk to the DM in character. That's another psychic damage.
So, Nimas, are you guys all good now?
Well, my dinner almost came up. Again.
It's breakfast time.
Yeah, I still haven't eaten, luckily.
Hyalla's gonna squint, because I'm still not sure if she knows what his misunderstanding was yet. Is there a thing I could, like, roll for that?
Insight?
Because I don't know.
Yeah, you can roll an
Insight?
insight.
Or you
When
could
she's-
just ask me.
She has, like, 4 times!
She is right! She has asked like 4
That's true.
times!
True, but you have to understand he didn't want to speak about it.
Yeah, but then she asked again after the thing was cleared up, and he's still like, nah, I don't want to talk about it.
You gotta be.
It's Samson. He's very easy to read.
Okay, you've got a 6 in this, so, like, yeah, no. We're gonna go with insight. You're gonna beat base.
Why?
So-
Don't tell me why.
Y'all was ready to throw hands.
So, you search your mind and you have no fucking idea what Samson's thinking about.
I mean, technically that could be a good thing, because it's, like, not even fathomable to her.
That, you know what? That's perfect.
Nim, you want to try and see if you can insight into this?
Oh
No,
my-
Nim's just like, are you guys done fighting?
If you really want to know, I'll explain it to you. On the soul, on the single clause, that you do not try to go for my eyes, my throat, or any sort of bottle of harm to me. Because it made it so hard to get any sleep, thinking that this was the case. I'm gonna let you know that right now.
Yellow's just gonna deck him.
So she spends a concerningly long time thinking about this offer. Because she's like, if for him to want to have to make a deal like that, how terrible is this gonna be? And then she'll be like, if you don't want to say it, perhaps you could write it down.
No, I
think at that point,
I
just
think
saying
the-
it's better.
Yeah, I think I don't want to look at that. I think the math will explain to itself. You gave me the impression that you've been training in this survival thing since you were about like 6 or 7. Possibly younger. I don't know
This music
exactly.
is so unfitting for this.
And then you told me that you are currently 19. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you told me that your child is, and I quote, 12.
She'll say,
You did not
I
say.
suppose I did.
You did not say full moons. You said 12. I asked you how old your child was. You said 12. Which means that from the time you were 7 and started doing whatever it is you were doing, it led to you, at least as far as I was informed, to have a child who would now be 12. And you left them with those same people that taught you how to do what you're doing.
So, yeah, she just, what's that scene?
She starts
That-
making
that-
Elisa fucking died face.
She
No,
started
that
dancing like Fortnite.
scene in Mandalorian where Grogu just like has a straight face, but just like spits up on.
Oh, the fucking cookie scene where they were dogfighting after he ate a bunch of cookies and he just sits there and he goes, bleh.
Yeah, that.
I hope I like, at this point when I proposed that thing, I moved back from you. So you are not spitting up on me.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
no,
it wouldn't be a
covers-
lot. She just like, and then she kind of like wipes at her mouth.
Nim covers her eyes, does not see any potential bloodshed.
So she looks at Samson and is like, I'm surprised you're still here.
Yeah.
That sounds like a threat.
No, she's saying after hearing about that, she's surprised he like didn't immediately be like, let's leave, guys.
Well, considering almost half of us are comatose, and I only heard of this revelation when Nim was asleep, owlbears were asleep, and you were completely off your rocker. I'm not about to trek the rest of Zanzibar alone.
I don't know,
But-
compared to what you were explaining.
I thought about it, trust me. I thought about it. I almost thought I'd be seeing death again.
She's gonna shoot myself from the information I learned.
So she'll go, well, I can assure you nothing of that kind goes on.
Oh my god, thanks.
The clan may have
Oh,
certain
thank
issues,
God.
but harming children is hardly one of them.
Man,
Now,
I'm glad we got that cleared up. 'Cause can you
Now that
imagine meeting Yama's parents?
now I'm glad we got that all cleared up.
Sweetie, hi, you're home!
Do you now that the beans are a little bit spilled and cleaned up?
Don't cry over spilt beans unless it's those kind of beans.
Thinking about those beans.
Not with the context we were just talking about! Not with the context! Those are not yummy beans! They are in fact not
Jim goes,
yummy!
You wanna? You mind telling us a little bit about that family you got back home? Now that ain't
Now
trying
that
to-
we know they're not that tribal.
now that we know that they're not bad.
Baby nappers.
Ugh.
cradle snatchers.
Ugh.
Ah.
That's an actual term, but it doesn't mean.
I know, I know.
We don't talk about this. Good thing. This is the point where we move on.
Yeah.
Now we get exposition about the cat baby, but later because it is time to stop.
Is it
Yeah.
time?
Yes?